everybody, and welcome back to the British Pokemon League show. We are here for Season 7 Grand Finals. I'm going to say, if it doesn't feel like long ago since we last did a stream, it wasn't actually that long ago, truth be told, since the season end stream. But we've had so much happen in that time. We've had three weeks worth of Premier Division playoffs and relegation playoffs, of course, as well. I'll catch up on relegation playoffs over on our social medias after tonight's game, and you can find out who's been promoted and relegated and going ups and downs. But before we get into tonight's grand final game, let's take a quick look at the league table going into playoffs. So Chillin Chespins, last season's winners, top of the regular season, winning that regular season title that they missed out on last season. Closely followed behind by Nordic Natu, Latvians Miami Heat, Hayes Hodgins Mighty Mercros, Politoed Belly Drummers, our other grand finalists tonight, Georgia Grand Bulldogs and Voodoo Boys, both from Championship Division last season, and finally Season 2 and Season 3 champion Aaron and his Inglorious Surfers. So that set up our top 8 heading into playoffs. Deimos and Deoxys and Kyogre Canucks heading to relegation playoffs. Unfortunately, Kyogre Canucks Rylect opting to drop for next season. So Dogsy and his Shadow Kings took his place in relegation playoffs. As I said, I will fill you in on how that went over on our social medias. But that set up our playoff bracket, which I will give you a look at now. You can take a look at where we stand. So you see Chillin Chespins versus Glorious Servers, Gramble Dogs versus Politoed Belly Drummers, Voodoo Boys versus Miami Heat, a rerun of the Season 1 Grand Finals, and Mighty Mercros versus Nordic Natu. So Chillin Chespins, just like last season, straight through a Grand Finals. Politoed Belly Drummers having to do it the hard way, getting knocked down into losers bracket at winners semi-final 1. And as you can see from the losers bracket here, was able to crawl all the way back to grand finals from losers round 2, beating out Jenny, Nordic Natu, Esquire and his Georgia Grand Bulldogs, who actually knocked out Latvia and his Miami Heat. A fantastic run there for Esquire and his Georgia Grand Bulldogs in their first season in Premier Division, and then finally beating out Hayesodge and his Mighty Mercros then. And there, I said, the grand final bracket, Chillin Chespins versus Politoed Belly Drummers. So as you see, that's our grand finals awaiting. Let's get our main man, Dogsy and his Shadow Kings, in on the stream to talk through the teams. Dogsy, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Hey, thanks for having me, Matt. Glad to be here again.
You're welcome, handsome. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm ecstatic. Really excited to see what happens today. It's a repeat of last season's grand finals as well.
Yeah, not had that happen for a few seasons.
Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, I'm really excited to see what happens today, and appreciating to be on the show, an epic intro, and let's see what we have in store tonight.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the Chespins and Politoed Belly Drummers team. I'm going to just fall over my words all the tonight, I think. So during regular season, Encore was actually beat out, Sick and his Chillin Chespins. Encore didn't make any trades during the playoff trade window, but Chespins did pick up Gardevoir and Donphan over Dashbun, and it's escaping me. I can't remember the other one there off the top of my noggin. But yeah, Gardevoir and Donphan picked up Crocodile. That was the other one. It's like there's something missing here. Yeah, Crocodile and Dashbun picked up for in place of Gardevoir and Donphan. So what do you reckon of the two teams, Dogsy? What do you think works for Sick in Sick's favour? What do you reckon works in Encore's favour?
I mean, Encore's gone with the Rain combo, which they had last season. It's a very strong duo. Belly Bolt, obviously, it's a difficult one to tackle with how much bulk it's got, especially with the charge after each turn. Chillin Chespins, he's a very tricky player. I mean, you never know. I mean, he uses his Tornadus quite well. Is he going for speed control, bit of weather? He's a very difficult one to read as well, to be honest. So I say it's pretty much anybody's game. It's pretty much up to both of them, but obviously Chillin Chespins does have the upper hand, only needing the one victory in the best of 3 here.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's always the thing to take into account, the winners winners advantage, shall we say.
Of course.
Yeah, I think with 16, it's the part of the team picks itself, but then you never know, that final 5th and 6th slot sometimes can bring a surprise. Whether he risks it for something like grand finals, I don't know, but there's always a chance you might see something like a Rage Power Venonat sort of make an appearance, or might try the shadow tag Gotharita just to really throw Encore off. We know how much Encore likes to switch things around. I think one thing Sick definitely needs to be careful of that we've seen a few times of Encore this season is, and I didn't even know Palmer got this move until Encore did it, is Vault Absorb entrainment onto Pelipper. Not that there's a whole lot of electric type coverage on 6 team outside of Rotom, but something's liable to have, some sort of electric move.
It's definitely a very tricky sort of setup. It's a unique move that a unique tactic he came up with this season. So it'll definitely be interesting to see how it's utilized.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the other thing that we've seen Encore sort of use quite well as well a few times, get that Trick Room set up with the Ranguru and then go for Bulldoze, set up Weakness Policy and Belly Bolt, which I believe also activates Electromorphosis as well.
It does.
Yeah, which just makes that Parabolic Charge hit so much harder. He's really made well use of it in that Rain team. King Gambit as well, we've seen Flying Terror King Gambit quite a few times. It's been really strong, and I think Cacturn as well, getting that back after he had that last season, has really sort of unlocked a different level of this team. So, it might be a D tier pick, but it's always something to, it always seems to be these lower tier picks that seem to catch people off guard so many times.
Definitely.
One thing on 6 team that's been absolutely sort of, and it really should be an alright phenomenal, but is Basque Legion Male. This thing, I think I talked about at the end of season show. There was one game where he came up against Fire Tauros. Fire Tauros got the Intim off, terrored into Grass type. This thing wave crashed into the grass type Fire Tauros and still one shot it.
Yeah, it's a beast.
Thing with adaptability is absolutely insane, and definitely something Encore is going to have to take into account. Setting up that rain for it is quite scary. Even with any kind of resists, really gonna have to watch out for that thing. And of course, it is the ghost water typing as well. So, I think one thing we've seen Encore do a few times is ghost terror on the likes of the Cacturn and things. So, you've got to be careful of that. It is a tough one to call. I think straight away one thing I'm sort of keen to ask you, Dogsy, is we've obviously not seen any match go to a second best of 3 since season 1. Do you think this is the one? Do you think now they've had more chance to sort of learn how each other play after last season grand finals and getting a season to play against each other in Premier Division again? Do you think we'll see that second one?
I would say if anybody can do it, it is Encore. I think Encore's got a tough battle ahead of them. But like I said, if anybody can, it is them. My honest gut opinion is it's not going to go to another best of 3.
Right.
But that's not to say that it can't. I definitely feel that Encore is a very capable player, has a lot up their sleeve, but they're going to have to see how they can play around the cautiousness of Chillin Chespins. Sick uses Protect in a lot of hot spots, and speed control isn't always going to be in your favour.
No, exactly. And there is speed control on both sides as well. You've got Tornadus, Pelipper Salamence, Gotharita with the Trick Room, Oranguru with Trick Room. There's speed control all over the place. But I think definitely one thing that sort of needs to be careful of is, if Sick's able to get something behind a substitute, we know how much he likes to do that. Really sort of play the protects and substitutes quite cleverly. If you can sort of catch his opponent playing passively that turn and get a substitute set up, he will. And I think as well with the potentials for it going to a second best of 3, one thing we found in last season's grand finals is that both players, but Sick more so, sort of used that game 1 as a bit of information, just sort of put the feelers out, see what's what, try and get that info game down, and go from there. Sick ideally wants to win it in that first best of 3, but if needs be, wants to have all the tools disposable to win in the second best of 3. But Encore will certainly be doing all that he can to stop that from happening.
Exactly. It's Encore's game to turn around, really. If anybody can do it, Encore's made back-to-back grand finals. No easy feat by any.
No, absolutely not.
By anyone. I don't think it's happened since. I really can't remember what season did it happen back to back.
So sick. Chris got second place back to back, but Aaron's actually made
Yes,
grand finals 3 seasons in a row.
exactly. Yeah. So I mean, the
It's
quality, the
difficult to
level of
do.
quality
Yeah.
that we have in the Premier Division, it's been very, very tough this season.
Yeah.
So it should be a fantastic game nonetheless.
Yeah.
And I wish both of them all the best.
Absolutely. I mean, especially the sort of top six. I mean, that's not a discredit the bottom half of the table at all. You know, yourself obviously got the win against Encore at one point during regular season, and we've seen some of the. I think Rylak actually took out Jenny at one point as well regular season. So anyone can sort of beat anyone in Premier Division. But that the sort of top five, top six teams really sort of just another level of quality. And we saw that on display quite a lot of times during the season, which what made playoffs so difficult to call in the long run. And yet here we are with Sick and Encore ready to face off against each other again.
Exactly that you said. It's just that consistency, making grand finals back to back, and making it this far into playoffs again.
It speaks to the quality of both of these players as well. And and again, not a discredit Sick. Sick's obviously put together a very good run in winners bracket. Took out Aaron, then took out Encore in semi-finals, and then beating out Haysodge as well, and beat Haysodge quite handedly in winners finals as well. But then sort of the quality of Encore to make that losers bracket run, we've seen a few of the losers bracket runs before. It's not for the faint-hearted. Even if you only drop and you sort of come from losers round 2, it is a gauntlet. You're playing a lot more games, a lot more is on the line. When you're in winners bracket, you've obviously got that. You don't want to sort of lean
Safety
on
net.
it, but you've got that safety net where, okay, if I lose, it's not the end of the world. Where in losers, it's kind of like, well, if I don't win here, then that's sort of the playoffs run over. So definitely very solid, strong runs put together by both players. I think we're just waiting on Sick to respond to Encore here so we can get the games going.
Sick might be using this for some last minute planning.
Yeah, I know he was saying he was doing some his last minute team building. It's whether or not that Sick's using that good old train internet again. He's become so renowned for. I sort of use this opportunity as well to wish some of our TBPL players best of luck in the VGC World Cup. I believe, I could be wrong, there may be more. There's 2 players, current players that are representing TBPL in the World Cup. One of them is Sick, playing for the Ireland team. And the other being Jenny, who is managing and playing the VGC Netherlands team. So best of luck to both of those 2.
Fantastic, yes. Very best of luck to both of them.
Hoping we Sick actually told me a really interesting tidbit earlier that the VOD from Grand Finals last season was what got him onto the VGC Ireland team. So that was really cool to sort of to find that out.
Brilliant. I mean, it's great to see the success that a lot of players are having. We can't credit it purely to TVPL, but
No, of course.
I would have said it's given them that sort of platform to really show off their skills and play against other players who put them to that challenge really.
Yeah, exactly. That sort of speaks to the quality of the league, and I think us having that, it's not regular streams anymore, but us having that stream element with the league means it's a good place to sort of for players to show off their abilities really, and it's shown in Sick being picked up for the VGC Ireland team. So sounds like the links are about to get shared, so we'll await them with haste. Score predictions then, Dogsy. What do we think?
Oh, it's a tough one to call. I'm not biased one way or another, but like I said, Sick is a very, very good player. Sick has been dominating it this season, and going off previous runs, I'm going to say 2-1 to Sick, 1 best of 3.
I'm gonna flip on that. I think I might have said this last season, so I'm very sorry, Sick, but I think Encore 2-1, the first best of 3, but then Sick gets a 2-0 in the second best of 3 is my prediction. Not like a whitewash 2-0. It's going to be 2 close games, but That's my expectations, I think.
If we can take it to a second best of three, there'll be no one happier than myself right now, because the level of excitement and sort of pressure that puts both of those teams under, it will be great to
Yeah,
see.
it is something else. Just speaking personally from someone who's had to experience that, you know that if you come from winners bracket, you've got that first one in the bag, you've won. But knowing that you've won one best of three and then you have to do it again against such a high quality player, the pressure is absolutely insane. Anyway, here we go. We've got game one up and at the ready. Let me just get it up on my screen.
Fantastic. Let's see what both of these players have brought to the table.
Let's get the up on there. Let me just.
Let's have a look.
Can you? I'm actually signed out on Showdown, and I don't.
Yes, I can see that. I can see the teams there.
Just can you type them in? Let them know that they need to share all the links.
Okay, yeah,
Because
sure.
they can start as a best of three, but if they don't share all of them, as we found out the other day, it actually doesn't share all three games in one. Fab. So boys are back in town, just for reference, guys. On the stream is sick, and obviously Encore VGC is Encore. Let me just get my music paused. Here we go then. So, 6 team: Gardevoir, Baskalba, Decidueye, Hisui, Heatran, Basque Legion, and Tornadus. I think very much is a team that picks itself. Encore, Pelipper, Kingambit, Bellybolt, Palafin, the Palmer, and Salamence. Again, a team just sort of picks itself.
Exactly. You see, I think we could have both predicted the 6 that they were both going to bring, which is why I made the predictions that I did. It will be interesting to see how they both utilize it. But I feel like we could have, foreseen what was coming either way.
Absolutely. And one thing I'm very surprised at is no Oranguru in Encore's team. There's Bellybolt and Kingambit there, but no Oranguru for that trick room.
Yeah, we have to wonder what item that Bellybolt might be holding, what Terra type. Let's see what Encore has up their sleeve.
Yeah, absolutely. Not surprised at all to see Basque Legion. Here we go then. In game one, it is Tornadus and Basque Legion male and the lead, and Palafin and Kingambit leading for Encore. So very sort of offensive leads on both sides, really. Do you think we see Encore switch it out? There is the Salamence, and that reveals the clear amulet on the Basque Legion. Oh, the Sucker Punch.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Focus Blast lands as well.
Wow.
Oh my god. That is Kingambit straight away down Focus Blast.
That Kingambit lead was very scary to see at the beginning. I mean, it was all to play for there, really. But
yeah, I think it falls sick into the Terror there, really didn't. If he went for the Sucker Punch, he didn't Terror. I think one thing to be careful of is Encore does tend to run Iron Head on Salamence, so something to think about.
Iron Head with the Steel Terror potentially coming up. Let's see.
Because I would expect now you're going to see Tornadus either go for that speed control, it's going to go for the Bleak Wind Storm, or Pelipper switching out and gets the Rain up for the Palafin, and Baxcalibur switching in for the Basque Legion. There's Tailwind from the Tornadus. Oh.
Resisted that. It was a good switch.
It was a good switch, but that Jet Punch still did an alarming amount of damage to Baxcalibur.
I mean, that Palafin in hero form it's very scary.
It's nuts. It is so strong in the rain. Just speaking from experience, it is a really strong Pokemon. Man, wow, that 10-1 has still sort of shaken me. That is such a risky play.
Oh, wow, okay.
There's the Bleak Wind, so it does drop the speed on the Palafin as well. Glavorich going to get blocked by that Protect. Drain Punch, though.
Punch. Oh, it survived, just about, wow.
Backs just survived. You've got to expect a Jet Punch coming here from the Palafin, so I would expect this is going to fall sick into a switch in. Encore then playing a little passively to get that Protect off, see what Sick goes for. Worked out quite well, blocked the Glaive Rush from the Baxcalibur, would have undoubtedly taken the Pelipper out or done some big damage.
Can Sick afford a switch? It's just mind games here now. Let's see what happens.
Oh no, he just lets it go down. sees nothing in it. Goes for the Bleakwind Storm. It does hit both.
There's a lot of damage as
Oh,
well.
and the Hurricane. Oh, that's big damage from the Hurricane on Pelipper as well. Yeah, but big damage on both sides, and we are now down to 3 apiece. That tailwind, that speed drop on Palafin is going to be so huge when this tailwind goes down as well. In comes the Basque Legion. I'm guessing it's going to be adaptability then. Oh, there's the Jet Punch. Oh, it takes out the Basque Legion. Oh man, that Jet Punch
on Palafin survives it.
So strong. Yeah, it survives the Bleakwind Storm. And in comes Gardevoir. It's gonna copy the drizzle. Could needed more rain. Oh, this Palafin.
Oh, the rain will still end at this turn.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah, it will. Yeah, it's just it's a bit of a. I don't think if it can copy Zero to Hero. To be honest, I would doubt it. We're gonna see like a super. Oh, then goes the Tornadoes as well.
No protect either.
And it is a 1v3 Hurricane. Oh, it's gonna do some decent damage.
It does good damage there. Yeah, and remember that Encore has still not used their.
Yeah, I was gonna say no Terror from Encore. Do you think he's gonna? I was gonna say, is he gonna reveal it this time?
There we go. It's the Steel Terror. We've got it there. So.
Dual Wing Beat is going to get the job done, and there is game number 1 in the bag for Encore. And on to game 2 we go. Dogs, are you able
Encore starting off very, very strong there. I've got the links, don't worry.
You get the replays, please. On to game 2 then. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I really thought it might snowball from that turn 1 with King Gambit getting taken out so sort of clinically, but
yeah, it was a very scary lead, a very scary turn 1 for Encore, but he played it so well there.
He pulled it back really well. The Palafin was getting that switch straight out and getting to the hero form. It did so much work in the rain. Yeah, but Basque Legion sort of defense kind of really letting it down there with the Jet Punch.
Yeah, I mean in the rain it's very hard to stop the.
Oh, okay. Tornadoes and Heatran for the leads this time, and Encore sticking with the Palafin and King Gambit. Do you think he's going to go for the switch out again?
I feel like it's very difficult to call. I can't say honestly.
I think we got to switch out.
It's a dangerous one for him to switch out here.
Yeah, there's the Pelipper. I was going to say get the rain up.
Okay,
to
so got the rain.
King Gambit.
Sucker Punch. Okay.
Bleakwind Storm. Is it going to get any speed drops? Heat Wave, of course, going to get stopped by that.
By that rain, yeah.
Rain, yeah. Good switch out there from Encore. It means Palafin is in that hero form in the back.
And we've got Heatran in the rain here, so it's not going to be the ideal environment for it either.
You think it's going to have to go for Grass Terror here, but it's risky when you've got a Pelipper that can easily Hurricane on you.
Exactly.
Tornadoes is risky to sort of go for that tailwind here. Go for the attack here when King Gambit can just Sucker Punch. Thankfully, King Gambit not going to. Oh, it does go for the Grass Terror, so there's the tailwind.
That was such a risky play.
Oh, you tried the Terror Blast is going to get rid of the
just
Pelipper.
About enough. Wow.
Yeah. And now in comes the Salamence, just get the attack drops there.
We saw the dual wing beat in the last game as well. So
he's always got that sort of flying type move presence. You know, King Gambit I would expect is going to be that flying terror type. With that Terror Blast, is going to be able to put the damage in as well.
Yeah, there's so much pressure that Encore's put here. Good utilization of more move pools as well. It's very difficult here to see.
Goes for the protect on the Heat Run. Sucker Punch is going to get rid of the Tornadoes. There is the dual wing beat, so no surprises there. It is 1 down a piece. Both flying types gone.
Oh yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, the Salamence is also still a flying type, but
I was going to say, I think
that's kind of
it's risky bringing in Basque Legion here because in front of King Gambit, it's such a scary position to be in.
Does it do enough damage here? That's the question.
There's the Steel Terror. Goes for Protect.
Oh, he's gone for the Protect. Okay. Oh, that miss. I know it's in the rain, but that did a lot of damage actually.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to live the dual wing beat though. Is he going to have doubled up into the Heat Run? No, he goes the Iron Head on the back Excalibur. 110 of Tailwind to go. That Heat Wave still did decent damage to Salamence actually, even into the rain.
It really did, especially in the rain.
Yeah.
But the main thing is the King Gambit still there, and a Sucker Punch into that heat run is not going to be looking very nice.
Yeah, that sucker punch pressure really is bad for it. Goes for the tech there on the heat run. Oh, the sucker punch fails. See, is it coming? Brick Break going to get rid of the Salamence.
Wow.
It is now a 3v2. Some great move choice there on Sick side. And in comes a new hero. Palafin switches in onto the field. And we saw how much this did in the last game. 3 turns of rain left to go. There's a sucker punch. Oh, not enough. Drain punch though. Oh, the Pax lives again. Oh, King Gavin goes down to the Brick Break. Terror Blast. Oh, Palafin just to say hangs on.
But it is a 2v1 here, so you have to wonder if it's over.
Yeah, I think he's not going to be able to take them both out. Yeah, it's not going to do enough. Glaive Rush is going to get the job done. And it is 1-1 then in this first best of 3.
Wow, it looks like neither player messing around here. That was
not at all.
There's so much pressure on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that fourth and final one was for Sick, but he, I think not bringing Bascage in there was a great move, and the move choice there on Baxcalibur was really smart.
You also got to wonder what sort of preparation they put in, considering the Baxcalibur surviving the double up there.
Yeah, and it's surviving a drain punch as well. I mean, I know it's not like 4 times weakness or anything, but from a hero form Palafin, again, I know it's not stab. I know it's nothing like that, but going for the Tornadoes heat run lead again.
We see the belly bolt here.
Belly bolt then switching it up for this final best of 3. Is this going to be the final game of grand finals, or are we going to go to a second best of 3?
It's all going to be down to how much damage output you can really get on that belly bolt as well.
Grass Terror. No switch out of the Palafin straight away, then goes for the Bleak Windstorm. Belly bolt going to resist that. Does charge that Electromorphosis. Oh, he goes to the Palafin. There's the Muddy Water. Oh, 6 time 1
no
terror.
Accuracy drops also.
I was saying no accuracy drops either. It's all going to come down to sort of how much damage the belly bolt can do. He goes for the switch out into the Salamence, then going to get those attack drops. Tailwind comes out. Terror Blast. That's a good switch in there from Encore. And down goes the Tornado. Send first blood to Encore in this in this first best of 3. Third game. Baxcalibur now switching in. I think this potentially forces Salamence into a terror here or a switch out, surely.
I think it does, yeah. I mean,
no,
Encore's in a very good position here.
Is he going to make the read though? There's a Glaive Rush, belly bolt.
43%, that's a lot of damage.
There. Oh, it lives the double up.
Wow.
It lives the double. Oh my god, the crit.
Wow, critical hit. Wow.
Oh, Jesus, Baxcalibur goes down. It is all up to Bascalegion and Grass Terror heat run then. Tailwind up. 2v4. Are we going to see that fabled second best of 3 for the first time since season 1? Encore with it all in his hands, Sick with it all to do.
I mean, I have to imagine here that Encore's got to stall it out a bit, just get the speed control.
Yeah, let that tailwind go down and make sure you've got the speed.
Because it's still a scary duo in front of him.
Yeah.
So
you've got Heat Run, which is scary on its own, but then you've got I'm guessing adaptability. Bascalegion Water Palafin comes out. There's a Last Respect. Oh, Palafin takes a big amount of damage for that. There's the Wave Crash. Is it going to take itself out? And all of a sudden, in 110, it is 2v2. Pelipper and Salamence versus the Bascalegion and the Heat Run. Then Rain being up though is huge for that Salamence. Is Salamence going to have Earthquake? Well, it doesn't matter. It's Grass Terror Heat Run now, isn't it? So it wouldn't matter if it had Earthquake.
Yeah. I mean,
it's got the dual wing beat there, though, I suppose.
Encore's got the protects on both, though, to stall out the tailwind here.
The Last Respect takes out the Salamence. Oh, Terror Blast with a big amount of damage goes for the Hurricane on to the Bascalegion, and I think
it looks like it's game over, depending on how much damage output.
There it is, and Sick, our 2-time Tbpl champion, taking the title once again in a 2-1 fashion over Encore. Very good predictions there, Dogsy, getting there. The 2-1.
It was not an easy prediction. It's not like I
Absolutely not, but that came right down to the wire. That Last Respects did so much damage. My goodness. And congratulations to Cigarettin, our 2-time Tbpl champion. Let's play our winner's screen as always.
Both players making such a strong turnout here today. It really could have gone anyway. Congratulations, Chillin Chespins. Dick really pulled it off. Back-to-back champions. Well played.
Back to back. There it is. Encore falling short just at the last hurdle again, but commiserations to Encore. Played it so well, and I said to come through that losers bracket is no mean feat. So congratulations to both players, but major congrats to Sikaretin, who now is only our second 2-time champion in TBPL. So that is going to do it for Season 7 and our Grand Finals stream special. We will have a special video going out on the Tbpl Twitter and YouTube page next week to announce the Season 8 format. It's going to be a spicy one, so please do join us for that. And you can find the VOD from this Grand Finals on our YouTube channel. Just searching the British Pokemon League on YouTube or on Twitter, and you can find us on there. But thank you very much to you all for coming and watching along. It has been one amazing season as always. We will now be having a couple of weeks off before we return for Season 8, and I hope you will join us for Season 8 and beyond. I have been your host, Matt Starr. Goodbye and good night. Mwah.